Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never...
Pretty happy about my progress. In fact, very happy about my progress. I've just put up on the Scott Bonnar resto page questioning about how deep this thrust bearing is inside the clutch, and good old Glenn Russell, champion bloke, he confirms the fact that I've got that in far enough. I did use, I'm pretty sure it was Jordan's, not Michael's, pretty sure it was Jordan's little jig, where I used a couple of bits of wood and a nice big long bolt. So we need the two clutch halves, one with the bearing inside of it, the clutch cone, a nice big Phillips screwdriver, probably a 10mm normally. I've got to have an 11mm because I've got paint all over these guys. A spring and our 3 bolts. So it's fairly simple. Put the cone inside of your pre-installed corked clutch half, like so. Okay, that doesn't have to be too tight because it's actually going to be moving in and out. Then grab your spring, put the spring pretty much centered there. Grab your other clutch half and then try and sight this up as close as you can as possible with those bifolds. And at this point in time, turn it over. The reason I do it in that order is because, or I'm doing it in that order, is because it seems to hold that spring in a better position. Catch. Okay, so those guys are all roughly in position. Push that down, get them. This guy here needs to be screwed in. There we go. Alright, once they're in nice and tight like that, doesn't seem to be any washers or anything. We do have nylock nuts, so that is going to tighten them down nice and tight. Okay, second one here. Sometimes 3 hands would be so handy. Alright, that's on there, and of course you're always going to drop one right when you're doing a job that requires 3 hands. Fortunately, the green mower, green paint, stands out nicely on the ground. Easy to see. Okay, one left to go. Get that guy on there. Alright, pull them together and try and tighten them up as much as you can by hand. Pushing that screw in from behind. Once you've got them up as tight as you can, you're going to have to put it on its side. Then you are going to have to put a screwdriver in one side and your socket or your spanner on the other side. Okay, that's the spanner in place. I'm just going to tighten this screw, this big screwdriver. Okay, I'm not going to tighten them all up at once. I'm going to do one by one. Tighten him up. go around and finish off. Tightening them up. That's tight. And last one. Okay, all three of those are as tight as I can make them. Beauty. Okay, so that is our clutch built, and we have movement in that cone like we should have. Like anything new, she's nice and tight. That spring's doing its job superbly. Alright, we're now going to put it onto the PTO shaft. Now it doesn't matter so much that this hole's on the top because it's going to rotate around, so what's most important here is lining up the woodruff key here. Now this is all looking at the clutch. Okay, the side with the cone is the side that we're going to point towards the chain side. Okay, the other side is the side that goes to the engine, and it will either have a two little half bolt things that go into here, little square head bolts, or it'll have a pin which the name of escapes me at the moment, but that pin would go into there on some of the clutches, some of the original clutches, but newer clutches will have the screws like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is get some grease on this shaft and a little bit of grease on the inner shaft. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit on here and on the woodruff key, around the woodruff key. Now I did check that this goes on nicely just before. It does, so all going well. That will happen again on video for me. You're hearing laughter in the background. It's Friday night, footy's just finished. Getting on my last video for the night, and there's parties going on in the background. People having fun. Great old coronavirus. Gone enough that we can have parties. Oh, it's a great world again. I'm telling you guys, it's been a long haul. We've gone through a lot. Congratulations to everyone that's survived. Congratulations to everyone that's kept their loved ones safe. I've got a family of 5, a direct family of 5. 1 out of 5 of us has had coronavirus. We've all had, well, my wife and I have had 3 shots. My kids have had 2, which is all that's been allowed thus far. And my daughter got it, and we were lucky enough to be able to stay in complete isolation. She was treated like a queen for a week, and she loved it. Stayed in the bedroom the whole time. If she came out to go to the toilet or a shower, she used a mask, and lucky all of us got through without getting infected. So the only one it was her in the end, and great kudos to her for the efforts, and kudos to everyone else in the family for their efforts. Anyhow, that's greased up inside and out. My woodruff key's on, and I am going to line this up nicely with my woodruff key. Might put my glasses back on while I've got them on my head, and we can push that. Oh, look out. Oh, go. So everything at this point in time, in terms of the clutch, is beautiful. Very, very happy with all of that. The only issue I have at the moment is that there's no hole on top of that PTO bearing holder, so I'm going to have to follow that up and find out whether I need to replace that or whether I need to drill a hole in it. Just not sure about that. Anyhow, that's it for build day number 3. Thanks guys, hope you're enjoying the videos.